Good afternoon, I'm Julie Smith. Today's top stories. Lawyers for boy B convicted of Anna Creagil's murder say his family has been forced to go into hiding after he was identified online. Industry leaders have joined together to promote engineering in the southeast, and the Robert Boyle Summer School gets underway later. And in sport, County Senior Hurling Championship resumes tonight with a local derby clash between Ballyduff Upper and Lismore. Lawyers for boy B convicted of Anna Creagil's murder say his family has been forced to go into hiding after he was identified online. Facebook and Twitter have been ordered to take down any material that might identify the two boys convicted of the murder. Counsel for boy A has handed screenshots of tweets and Facebook comments into the Central Criminal Court, which they say identify him and were taken as late as this morning. A lawyer for an unnamed school has also told the court it has found material online which is directed at it regarding the case, following concerns raised by boy B's lawyers that material identifying him was being posted and shared online. Mr. Justice Michael White ordered representatives from Facebook and Twitter to appear before his court this morning. There's been calls for a new Oireachtas committee to look at online safety in the wake of the Anna Creagil murder trial. Sinn Féin's also appealed for all-party backing for its bill that would set up a digital safety commissioner. It comes after significant amounts of porn was found on the phone of one of the boys convicted of murdering the teenager. Taoiseach Simon Coveney has said he won't commit to getting new laws through by next month's Dáil recess.
Look, I don't want to speak directly for the Minister, but knowing him, what he's interested in is results and getting the right piece of legislation enacted as soon as we can do that. What he's not interested in is trying to get something done quickly, only to find out a few months later that we've missed something.
The IDA has secured 13,500 jobs so far this year, according to its half-year results. That's up 19% on the same period last year. The association says Ireland won 140 projects in the first 6 months of this year, compared with 139 in the first half of 2018. Over 80 projects and 5,300 jobs have been approved since June 2016 related to Brexit. The IDA is welcoming the strong results, but Chief Executive Martin Shanahan is warning that any slowdown in the US could hit investment here.
Obviously, the US is a large market for us still, a source market in terms of investment. So a correction in the US economy, which reduces the amount of activity there, is likely to have an impact on Ireland, but it depends on what that correction might look like and what impact it has in the US.
Social media giant LinkedIn has announced plans to hire 800 new staff in Dublin. It will bring the company's workforce here to 2,000. The company has said the recruitment process for the new positions has already begun. There are over 100 roles open today in areas such as sales, marketing, customer service, finance and analytics. Industry leaders have joined together to promote engineering in the southeast. The group brings companies together to address skills needs, promote careers in engineering and advance the engineering capabilities of the region. The sector employs almost 50,000 people in the southeast and is experiencing a serious skills shortage. Michael Carberry is Head of Innovation with Alltech Farming and Chair of Engineering the Southeast.
And it's an opportunity to encourage young people into engineering, tell them what it's about, and start showcasing what engineering is about. Also to put in place training structures to upskill the existing staff on that. Because, times are changing, technology is changing, how we're going to make things are changing. So in the overall context, we as an industry need to change as well.
Michael says there's a desperate shortage of qualified engineering staff industry-wide.
We in Keenan at the moment have been trying to recruit design engineers there for the last number of months and have had extreme difficulty in getting suitable applicants. We've got applicants that are not qualified in that area, but they're very difficult to get. And it's the common pain point that came out from the workshops that the Enterprise Ireland and IDA have run, that we're all finding the same.
The next step in the bid for a technological university for the South East will become clearer over the coming hours. Members of the Teachers Union of Ireland at Waterford Institute of Technology have been asked if they accept the proposed Memorandum of Understanding between the TUI and the management at WIT and IT Carlow. The memorandum was agreed last week between both ITs and the Teachers Union of Ireland. Balloting began yesterday and finishes at 3 o'clock this afternoon. The Education Minister says he's pleased to see that children's opinions are being respected after a primary school announced it's adopting a gender-neutral uniform policy. From September, boys in St Brigid's National School in Greystones, County Wicklow can wear a skirt and girls can wear trousers after a proposal from the Student Council. Minister Joe McHugh says the children have spoken.
If we are genuine and serious about trying to facilitate that participation of young people, we have to allow them the space to make the argument, make the convincing argument, and obviously they've convinced their Board of Management, and that has to be respected.
There's been a 244% increase in the number of online searches for hybrid and electric vehicles in the last 2.5 years. Figures from Dundee show nearly 10% of all car searches in Ireland are now for vehicles with the technology. Meanwhile, there was a 350% increase in the number of electric cars sold in Waterford in the first 5 months of the year. 45 electric vehicles were bought between January and May, compared with just 10 during the same time last year. Eddie Fitzgerald is from Dungarvan Nissan.
It's coming from a low base, all right. It's increasing all the time. I think people are getting their heads around it now. Everything going forward is electric, really. The Nissan Leaf now is selling very well. We're selling them since 2011, and then it was 120 kilometres on a full charge. It increased then to about 200. The latest one is 250, 280, and we're coming into now the 350, 400 kilometres going forward in August, September in the 62 kilowatt Nissan Leaf. Yeah, the range is increasing all the time. Takes the range anxiety out of it for people.
Some of the world's leading science, technology and medical experts will be in Waterford for the Robert Boyle Summer School, which gets underway this evening. It celebrates the life and work of Ireland's most important scientist, Robert Boyle, who was born in Lismore and is Ireland's only summer school for adults addressing science and culture. Superhumans is the theme this year. Sheila Donegan says there's a free event in the Tower Hotel tonight.
On Thursday evening, a free event, which is the start of the summer school, where we have Professor Henri Dupuer, who's actually going to be talking about superhumans in Irish mythology. For example, Louis Love-Ada and Cuchulainn, and look at how science could actually make these superhumans possible. So that's a free event in the Tower Hotel at 7 o'clock. All the details are on robertboyle.ie.
WLR Sport.
Thanks to Boland's Hyundai Waterford. Preview the award-winning 192 Hyundai range. See bolands.com.
And a very good afternoon. I'm Gavin Whelan. First news of Gaelic Games, and the Waterford Senior Hurling Championship resumes this evening with a local derby clash in Cappoquin. Ballyduff Upper and Lismore will both be seeking their first wins of this season's campaign. Both sides were somewhat unlucky in their opening games. Ballyduff Upper losing out to Passage, while Lismore were narrowly beaten by De La Salle in a thrilling round one opener. Dan Shanahan, Lismore selector and former Waterford legend, says their record in the local derby matches in recent years has been poor. He's hoping for a good performance from his chargers this evening.
We did very well against De La Salle in the first game. Didn't win. We were ahead on the 54th minute, and they tipped us in the end. We were disappointed with that, to be honest with you. We put a lot of effort into the De La Salle game, but again, it's a local derby game. We haven't beaten Ballyduff in years, to be honest. We said local derby game was Cappoquin and they beat us, so it's a big game for Lismore GA on Thursday night. There's no pressure on, of course. Just go out, we'll do our best, we'll do what we do in training, please God, and on the night, with a bit of luck, we might get over the line, please God.
Throw in for that one is at 7:45, and Tomas McCarthy will have updates across the evening here on WLR. The Senior Hurling Championship action continues on Sunday afternoon. One of the standout fixtures in round 2 is the meeting of Eastern rivals De La Salle and Passage in Welsh Park on Sunday afternoon. That game will throw in at 2 p.m. Both clubs bowed out of the title race at the semi-final stage last season. Despite having to line out this weekend without a number of their first choice players, Passage manager Michael Welch says it's a great opportunity for his young players to step up to the mark.
No. We have a number of lads away for the whole summer, and they won't be around for this match. But look, I'm always a great believer in if there's fellas training in the field and they have an ambition to play senior, they get their opportunity now, and it'll be interesting to see how they go, and they have to take that opportunity when it comes their way. And they've trained very, very hard, and it's a big chance for some young players, and it's a big match for them, and we'll see how it turns out.
That one is underway, as mentioned, at 2. It'll be followed then by the clash of champions Ballygunner, who take on Dungarvan. That one is at 3:45. Also action this evening in the Junior A Hurling Championship. Up West, Kilrossity and Abbeyside, they meet in Fairfield. That one is underway at 8 o'clock. Then at 7:30 in the Division 2 County Minor Football Championship quarter-final, Bratt Cormac and Clonagale meet in an all-Eastern affair in Kill. Next to news of soccer, and the fixtures have been released for next season's English Championship campaign. Robbie Keane, who is part of Jonathan Woodgate's backroom staff at Middlesbrough, will join his side away to Luton Town on Friday, August 2nd. Martin O'Neill's Nottingham Forest will take on West Bromwich Albion the following day, with Leeds United away to Bristol City first up on Sunday, August the 4th. Frankie Dettori will be on board the hot favourite Stradivarius in today's Group 1 feature at Royal Ascot, the Gold Cup. The 2.5 mile race goes to post there at 4:20. There's also a card here at home at Leopardstown today. The first is off at 5:40. Just reverting back to Gaelic Games, and Monaghan midfielder Darren Hughes has had his 8-week ban upheld by the Central Competitions Control Committee over an incident in the Farney County's 4-point qualifier win over Fermanagh. The Scottstown man is currently out injured as he recovers from a broken ankle and was a team official on the day. Hughes is likely to take his appeal further to the Central Appeals Committee. And in golf, Paul Dunn, Gavin Moynihan and Michael Hoey are in the field for the BMW International Open, which is underway in Munich. Italy's Andrea Pavin is the early clubhouse leader there on 6 under par after a 66. Hoey is 2 over through 15 holes, with Dunn 1 over after 3. Meanwhile, Padraig Harrington and West Waterford's Seamus Power are among the entrants for the Travellers Championship on the US PGA Tour at TPC River Highlands in Connecticut. Meanwhile, Leona Maguire and Stephanie Meadow also line up in the Women's US PGA Championship. That's in Minnesota later today. Sports news on WLR, brought to you by Boland's Waterford.